Hello, hello, hello. It is Geoscope. I'm Graham Hughes and I'm joined by Mike Dicks because Ollie Bowler Hatman can't make it. So Mike Dicks graciously stepped in and said, I'll sort you out, which is very nice
This
of you.
is
Thank you
weird.
very much, Mike Dicks. It's very good of you.
It's fine. It's also weird. I can't see you. Is your OBS playing up?
Oh, no, I just didn't press the start virtual camera button. Now you can see
Oh,
me.
it
Hello.
was it was a far superior view prior to you just switching
Oh,
that button. But
God damn it.
yeah,
Oh well, can't have everything. Hey, there's a kickball match happening in about 27 minutes. Are you gonna leave us and watch the kickball?
is it? Who's playing kickball?
The French and the Spanish. And
Man,
whoever
they can't be
wins
very
gets
good at it.
control of Andorra.
It's an English game. They can't be very good at it. It's like the Americans. They're probably
Yeah.
rubbish.
But you're not really into football, are you?
I get into the World Cup because it's
Yeah.
basically war fought on a
Yes, it
grass
is.
playing field
Yeah.
with beer.
How do
So
you feel
yeah,
about the Argentinians saying, "Oh, we need to talk about for Alice Malvinas. We need to talk about the Falklands."
yeah. Well, I think winner takes it all. Yeah. Now we've discovered oil.
Have we discovered oil? Because I heard this years
I
ago
was
that there was
I was
oil
reading the
there.
other day that the Falklands is about to become a petrochemical island. I don't know if that's part
I've
of it.
heard that for a long time now, probably the same amount of time that I've heard about
Yeah,
hydrogen fuel cell cars.
yeah.
It's got to be a good 30 years now. There's oil.
There's a lot of controversy. It's like conspiracy theories abound this week, don't they? But
Yes.
yeah, there's the idea that FIFA want Messi in the final, and therefore they're messing about with
They're messing with Messi.
the referees in the game. I don't know. I still think it boils down to which of the two teams of 11 men in shorts scores more goals than the other.
Well, I mean, there is a little bit of bias towards Argentina, I think, because the prices go up. Because don't forget, FIFA are taking 30% on all the resale tickets.
Yeah.
So every time someone resells their ticket, they get a load more money. And when Egypt were playing against Argentina, the prices were going down on the resale market, like during the match, because Egypt were two goals up, and then when Argentina started getting back into the game near the end of the match, the price went up and up and up, and it ended up being like double what the original resale ticket price were. And we're talking about thousands of dollars per ticket here.
Like, if it becomes like WWE, then maybe Trump will start to understand what a red card is and start staging games.
But yeah,
Anyway,
Simon Smith says,
listen. I get every 4 years you develop that Badil and Skinner hope. I was
yeah,
saying Maria was staying over the weekend, and I spent a good 72 hours rubbing in the Mexico result.
oh nice.
But
I
then
bet she
she's
loves that.
essentially, yeah, she's very opposed to Argentina for
Yeah.
similar reasons that Mexico doesn't like Argentina, and
I think there's loads of like countries that really don't like Argentina.
it's probably all the Nazis that lived there. Maybe it was shaped by that for a while.
Hmm. But there's a
There's a
thing
certain
about
arrogance, I think, apparently to them as a
yes,
society. So
yeah, yeah. Anyway, look, before we go on, just big shout out to Simon in the chat, Sarah Davis in the chat as well. We've got Diz in there as well. We've got Hanneman and others. If you'd like to join our friends in the chat, Saz is in there, I can see. If you'd like to join our friends in the chat, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button and wait for approximately 60 seconds. And you'll be able to join in the chat. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight, other than the footy, is Nacho. Do you know what Nacho stands for?
Nacho, go on.
Well, you got taco, which is Trump always chickens
Taco,
out.
Trump always chickens out.
Yeah, well, this is Nacho.
Nacho.
Not a chance Hummels opens. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's just
so today is Taco Tuesday. Trump said he was going to put a 20% levy on any ships that wants to go through the Strait of Hormuz. They could have a military escort by the US military, and it would cost them 20% of whatever they had on board. I don't know if Trump knows how ships work, Mike. I think he thinks that the people on board the ship own all the cargo on the ship. Those
of
20,000
course.
boxes full of stuff, they actually own that
Yeah.
until they offload it somewhere and then someone else owns it, maybe. I don't know.
It's deranged. It's all a game, isn't it?
It,
To him.
I just the stupid. It hurts. Anyway, so he's back down now. He said he's not going to charge 20%. He's going to get the other countries in the Middle East to give him money. I mean, American money. Did I say him money? I meant America.
Well, it's got to clear through a bank account, so it's probably. I imagine the leaders of these states get an email saying, "Hey, it's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I need 10 to 20 zillion dollars in order to clear through my bank account to become the Prince of America."
It was going to be this 20% transit charge is going to be replaced by unspecified trade and investment agreements with the Gulf states.
I mean, it's funny because on Thursday he's going to announce that he's effectively getting rid of democracy in Georgia, I think, isn't he? So
in Georgia, wow, what's happening in Georgia?
Apparently, he's going to delegitimize the 2 senators from Georgia.
Okay.
Apparently, that's what the announcement is on Thursday.
So are they?
So that'll be fun. And then Friday, I'm guessing ceasefire in honor of Lindsey Graham. And then Saturday morning, Hormuz problems, new tariffs. Monday morning, a lot of rich oil people. Lovely.
Paint some tacky little ornaments, gold, and stick them to the wall with super glue. That'll look boss. Yeah. As a designer, artist, cartoonist, how do you feel about what he's done to the White House, adding all that cursive gold font to say toilets?
Luckily I do 3D design, so I can render tacky gold shit if I want to. Basically, it's awful, isn't it?
It's
and the flowery Microsoft Word fonts that you use to write the White House in gold letters above the door. You go, we know it's the fucking White House. You fucking moron. Of course it's the White House.
I just like the sign of the restrooms. Big fuck off signs, where the restrooms
It's like a really tacky American hotel. The hotels in America where they were massively luxurious New York hotels in the 1980s, and then they just haven't refurbed, basically. That's Trump.
Yeah. Like the Adelphi Hotel in Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's just a bit, faded grandeur. Well, actually, whenever
it's not even faded grandeur because they were never quite grand.
Yes.
They were tacky. They were tacky when they were made, but at least they were new.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they're just shit, old and tacky, basically. Yeah. That's Trump.
Well, Keshim Island has been struck. That's in Iran, or part of Iran. Third consecutive night of attacks by the US on Iran. Iran has fired ballistic missiles at the US Army base in Jordan. Jordan responded, intercepting 4 missiles, while Bahrain and Kuwait activated air defenses against aerial threats. So it's all kicking off, mate. It's all kicking off. Iranian cruise missiles struck the Emirati tankers, the Mobassa B and Al Baya in Omani territorial waters. An Indian sailor was killed. 8 crew are wounded, and 3 from the Al Baya are reported missing. The Revolutionary Guards, who apparently have been designated a terrorist organisation today by the British government.
Oh, that's good.
They said the tankers had ignored warnings, switched off navigation equipment, and attempted to cross what Iran described as a mined route.
So and them and Just Stop Oil.
Yes.
Treated as the same kind of organisation.
And the IMO, the International Maritime Organization, said there was no legal basis for compulsory charges on vessels passing through an international strait. So, yeah, it's all a bit up in the air at the moment. But according to Too Long Didn't Read News, they're saying that one of the reasons why there wasn't such a spike in oil prices at the beginning of the year when this all started was because we had loads and loads of reserves around the world, plus China converting everything to electric. But those reserves are running out now, and we could see a mad price spike over the next month or so.
Lovely. Just in time for Christmas.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
So Andy Burnham's first job is going to be doing something about the winter fuel allowance.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. And there's also talk of another another front opening up on the Mandeb Strait, which is the strait between Somalia and Yemen. And Yemen is run by the Houthis in that area, and the Houthis are supplied with money by Iran.
Is that before the Horn or after the Horn?
That's just after the Horn. It's actually go down and then up again to go up into the Red Sea. So if you imagine the Red Sea as an arm with two fingers sticking up like this, it's the bottom of the arm there. It's a narrow strait, and basically it's another strait that can have rockets shot from the land to any ships going through it. And I mean, it was bad enough
militarily,
Strait of Hormuz, but this is the strait that leads into the Suez Canal.
Yeah. I mean, Iran's been planning this for 40 years, preparing for this, hasn't it? I don't dig into the military side of this as much as I do maybe the Ukraine war, but I'm just guessing, with America constantly doing these bombing raids, what are they bombing? Because Iran seems perfectly capable of launching missiles whenever it wants still. And I'm guessing it's like mobile scud launching type things that they've got hidden all over the place. But
Scuds.
I don't know.
It's all Scud.
Maybe they're both in it together.
It's all Scud, man.
Scud, man.
Man.
All Scud. All Scud.
Scud. These are good. I just want to tell everyone in the chat, if we get 5 super chats tonight during the show, we're only here until 8:30, and then we're going to leave you in the safe capable hands of Maximilian. But if you do get 5 super chats tonight, we will be very kind and unleash my new confetti animation.
Oh, Christ, you've had an upgrade.
Got a new one.
Is that 5 million crypto donation you got going to good use on your social media?
On doing a little animation.
On a new confetti.
New confetti animation.
Perfect.
Yeah. There you go. Straight away, SG, straight in there with the £5 super chat. Thank you very much, SG. So after taco and nachos, we can have mango for dessert. Mandeb ain't never gonna open. Very good. I think it did close off the Mandeb Strait. That would be huge. I mean, it's bad enough the Hormuz Strait, but that's just for ships coming out of the sea, the Gulf of Iran. Like, if they shut the Strait of Mandeb, then no one can get into the Suez Canal. That's where all of our stuff from China goes through. All of it. All of our stuff from Japan goes through there. All our stuff from Australia, we won't be able to get any more Tin Tams.
Actually, it's a real problem, isn't it? Because if we don't export enough oil to burn the oil to continue to accelerate global warming, then the Arctic routes won't melt quick enough to replace the Suez Canal. I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah.
Well, yeah. We do need the.
I saw. Did you see Trump's G7 speech where he effectively said we got everything we wanted, which is they're going to end the war. Iran's not going to have any nuclear weapons.
Yes.
And the Straits of Hormuz will be open. And you go, okay, so we're going to end the war you started.
Yes.
Which shut down the Straits of Hormuz, which didn't need to happen if you hadn't started the war.
Yes.
And you're going to get rid of nuclear weapons, which already you had an agreement to get rid of their nuclear weapons or to stop them making nuclear weapons, which led to the war, which closed the strait, which it's like just the most ridiculous.
Ate the spider, which ate the fly, which wriggled.
It's just an endless. It's just an endless war. It's just going to go on and on.
Oh yeah. It's never going to end. Now, I mean, until they get a new president in America, and he or she, probably he,
finds a way.
Pack it in. Don't want to do this anymore. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry about the tech billionaires ruining everything for everyone. But yeah, this is the world in which we found ourselves because the Americans elected Donald Trump. And when I confronted some Americans I know about voting for Donald Trump, they said, "What do you care? It doesn't affect you."
Yeah. Of course. It's like the World Cup's over now. America's been kicked out. So,
Yeah. But I mean, good. Honestly, America has not really shown itself in the best light, has it?
I mean, it has in the World Cup. That's one of the interesting things. Gary Lineker was on Pod Save America the other day talking about it.
What about Trump?
Yeah,
Fucking
the people, not Trump,
FIFA?
not Trump, not the politicians, not the politics, but the people in the cities. And I think there's been a sort of eye opener for a lot of Americans on soccer ball.
Soccer ball.
Like it's not one of the jobs that those sporting events tend to do, and then Americans forget immediately that the rest of the world exists.
Yes. Like in 1994 when they had the World Cup in Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they forgot. Kind of forgot.
Yeah. And then they'll do the Olympics next year and it will all be joyful and international and love and peace, and then they'll forget.
They'll forget. Kind of forgot. Yeah. But yeah, the crazy. Anyway, Israel and Lebanon delegations have begun 2 days of US mediated negotiations at the American Embassy in Rome. The framework agreed on the 26th of June calls for disarmament of militant organizations, Lebanese army deployment in the south, and progressive Israeli withdrawal. Now that they've just destroyed everything in the south, anywhere near the border in the south of Lebanon. Israel currently occupies what it's calling a buffer zone. It's funny how these buffer zones that are invented by these countries like Israel and Russia, it's always the other people's land. It's not like they ever pull back and say, listen, we're not going to go
territory.
to their territory and say
these 5 miles of our territory.
Yeah, we'll call that the buffer zone there.
Yeah.
It's never their territory, is it? But the immediate proposal covers 2 pilot areas where Hezbollah would surrender weapons, Israeli troops would leave, and Lebanese forces would take control. Because it kind of feels, I feel sorry for the Israeli, the Israelis. I feel sorry for the Lebanese government.
That's it. You've had a change of heart. Is that where the money came from for the new Confetti video?
Yeah, came from BB.
Yeah, great. Israel's doing a great job.
Yeah. No, I feel sorry for the Lebanese government because they don't control Hezbollah. Hezbollah are a law into their own, and this is like imagine if the French kept on bombing us because of what the IRA were doing. And the government's like, but we're not controlling them. They're doing their own mad shit. We can't control them. And it's like, no. You need to bring them on. And that was the British government against the IRA and the fucking UDF and all those twats. That went on for years. And that was one of the richest and most sort of, I don't know, world-wise governments that ever
just to be
existed.
Jingoistic about it, basically. I wouldn't put it past the French to start bombing us because of what the IRA were doing. I mean,
why would they?
Give them a chance. Although, the Keir Starmer got the Legion d'Honneur today, didn't he?
He did. And I'll take this opportunity to remind you, the last 2 world wars, we were on France's side.
Were we, though?
Yes. Yes. Very much so, Mike.
Yeah, well, my jingoism stops at Waterloo and the Battle of Hastings.
Are you still bitter? You're still bitter.
I haven't forgiven them
over the Battle of Hastings.
1066, basically. Fucking French.
Well, I haven't forgiven them for Nigel Farage, who was a French Huguenot, a Protestant from France, who after the revocation of the Edict of Nantes by Louis XIV, the Sun King, he decided to his ancestors decided to hightail it to the UK.
Bloody immigrants. Coming over here. Stealing our crypto.
Hanging on about the revocation of the Edict of Nantes.
Just as a very tangential aside, I'm building a Lego model of Farage to go with my Lego model of Count Binface today. So
I saw your Binface model. That was pretty good.
Yeah, as part of my research, I Googled Farage suit so that I could get a sort of random suit to put on this Lego character. And in Australia, there's a high-end men's suit brand called Farage.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God! It's so peculiar.
It's so Australian.
It's so peculiar and Australian.
Yeah. I don't know which is older than the other. Maybe they're Huguenots in Australia that started it.
Yeah. There's a department in the department store. You go on the Manchester floor, and that's all your linen and stuff. It's all called Manchester over there. What do you call it, Manchester?
It's all called Manchester. Oh, of course, because it's cotton.
And they say maroon instead of maroon, as in the colour. So they say maroon 5, I guess. I don't know. Davinator says,
if
"Damn
wants
French,
to look
they
it up,
ruined France." What you?
Yeah, they did. Well, it used to be ours. I spent the weekend traveling around Hampshire and West Sussex. So we went to Portsmouth and a place called Bosham Quay nearby, which is absolutely beautiful. Bosham, really beautiful. And we watched a documentary about the Bay of Tapestry because the Bay of Tapestry was coming to London.
Yeah.
And then we go to Bosham, and on the church there's a bit of the Bay of Tapestry with a picture of the church, because Harold invaded Normandy from Bosham Quay, from where we were standing, basically, which was quite a remarkable sight. And then Portsmouth, obviously, full of Norman stuff, basically. I spent the weekend explaining why I don't like the French. Because all of the manor houses around here are all owned by the guys that were in the boats on the Bay of Tapestry. You know, it's like the reason you can't walk across the beautiful fields and through the forests here is because some Norman lord's son of still owns it.
Yeah. There's an argument going on in the chat whether the people from Normandy, the Normans, were all called Norman. No, whether they were actually French. Well, they weren't, were they? They were Vikings.
They were Vikings, and so were we.
French Vikings.
So it was an argument amongst cousins, as most of these major wars are.
Just like World War
I.
Yeah.
Still, one of them was called William the Bastard, so we know who the baddies were.
Yeah. So we're going to have to talk about Gaza for a moment. Don't worry, we won't linger long because it is just far too depressing. A 10-year-old kid's been killed by Israeli gunfire in Rafah. And an airstrike on a police position in Jabalia killed 7 people, including a woman. Israel said that the local police commander who got killed at that strike, Mohammed Marwan Salam, was the commander of Hamas's central Jabalia battalion, etc., etc. Now, did you see Andy Burnham's speech that he made about Gaza? What was your take on that?
I mean, you've still got to be diplomatic, haven't you, in these situations, I guess.
Yeah.
But essentially, it was, we kind of got this wrong.
Yeah.
And Yvette Cooper's come out today saying the same thing, from what I could tell.
She wants to keep her job.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people trying to keep their jobs at the moment.
But no, I find
personally,
it
I've always liked Manchester. I think their buses are fabulous, said Rachel Reeves.
I find it interesting because on Andy Burnham's TikTok, he put this video up explaining how he felt about the situation in Gaza and thinking that the Labour government didn't get it right, which I don't think they got it right. He said that it took far too long to call for a ceasefire. They're erring on the side of caution. But every single comment in the top comments was like, "Fuck off," not from Israelis, but from people who supported Palestine. This isn't enough. It's not enough. And you're looking at it going, what's he got to do? Is he got to declare war on Israel? Is that going to make people happy?
It's dodgy. Like we've spent 2 years really saying that we object to Keir Starmer moving the Labour Party to the right or pandering to the right through McSweeney's plan. And the problem is that Burnham is coming in with I'll pander to the left a bit instead. And then you're just going to get this, this nightmare of what happened to the Greens, where all the Gaza purists moved over to the Green Party, and that's why Zach Polanski's struggling. And I've always thought it would be, basically, is that he's struggling to contain the views within the very conservative, don't build masts near my 5-bedroom house in the country people, and whatever we do, we must go to war with Israel people, basically.
It's very hard to keep that group together.
If he tries to attract them back in, I'm kind of hoping that in my experience, they're the kind of people that will never forgive the Labour Party. These are the people that, have never forgiven Jim Callaghan for devaluing the pound, basically. So
never forgiven Gordon Brown for selling off the gold.
Decimalisation. We're still opposed to Harold Wilson, to Ted Heath. Oh, no, it was Ted Heath and decimalisation. But yeah, they hold grudges for a long time. Is my point.
They
So
do.
I think it's going to be difficult. But listen, it pleases me because I just rather the rhetoric was, "You're doing a bad thing, Israel, and we're not going to help."
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
can't threaten to go to war. We don't really sell them enough arms to
Make a difference.
we could stop. Won't make a difference really. Um, I
Well,
don't think we
also,
even sell completed arms to them,
well,
do we? We sell bits.
yeah.
So
I was talking the other day about, this story about Harry Kane. He went golfing with Trump, and people are like, "How dare you? I thought you were our hero, and you went golfing with Trump." And I was just thinking, if I was him in exactly the same situation, I'd go, all right then, I'll play fucking golf.
Did you see the interview with him about it?
Yeah.
Like he did a press conference.
Yeah.
And he basically just said, "You get an invite from the president of America in the year before you're going to play the World Cup in America. What are you going to do?"
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I'd love to say, "Oh,
And
I'd
also,
tell him
he
to
said,
fuck off," wouldn't I? Because I hate him, and I do. I want him to die. I really fucking
Yeah.
hate him. But if I was in that situation, I would have to go, that's fucking diplomacy, and that's why I'm not a diplomat. That's why I'm not a politician.
And it's leadership, because the one thing you know about Trump is a vengeful little bastard, basically. So if you want. It's Harry Kane not just thinking of his teammates and his team, it's him thinking of the England fans.
Oh, God, and the amount of money that the World Cup makes for Britain. No, not just England, but for Britain. Like,
what do you want? We just leave the playing field open to Infantino to fuck about with Trump, basically? Or do you get Harry Kane to just go, "I'm going to let you draw with me at golf, if that's possible"? I don't know how you do. I don't know how you play golf. I know less about golf than
you hit a
football.
ball with a stick.
But I'm gonna tell the president he played really well at golf, and then I'm gonna say, by the way, maybe a bit less of the Infantino shit, and then wander off. Basically,
Yeah.
We'll see. I think Kane is a good bloke. Kane and Bellingham, I think they're fine examples of what an Englishman should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
you've got people like Rupert Lowe.
Till tomorrow when we hate them both equally, basically, for missing 2 penalties at the end of the game against Argentina.
But yeah, I mean, the way that the tabloids went after Jude Bellingham before the match, before the tournament, saying that they should leave him at home and he's no good, he's not a team player. It's been absolutely brilliant.
He's a star. Did you see the Venezuelan journalist that he talked to?
Was that the disabled journalist and everyone else was walking past and he stopped?
And apparently Maria tells me this is like massive in Mexico. This Jude Bellingham is an absolute superstar now in Mexico.
He talked in Spanish, didn't he?
Because he's walking down this, from a press conference, and all these other players just walk past this guy sitting there in a wheelchair, speaking Spanish with a microphone, asking them questions. And he's asking about the earthquake. He's not asking about the football. He's asking about the earthquake. And Bellingham double takes, leans over, and then just starts talking to him in Spanish, doing an interview about Venezuela, basically.
Yeah.
And there's at least 3 or 4 players in the England team that speak Spanish as well. So Bellingham wasn't the only one that could have done this. But the fact is,
he did.
Yeah, and the other story is I think it's Momo, the 17, 18-year-old Mexican player that was just in floods of tears at the end of that game. And Bellingham went up and gave him a hug and spoke to him. Yeah. And again, in Mexico, now Bellingham, if he wanted to own the Mexican football team, I think they would give it to him tomorrow, basically. As long as he beats Argentina.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I think the whole world's going to be on our side for once, and this is an unusual feeling, Mike. I'm not used to thinking that it's possible that we could win. But after that win in Mexico the other day when they were 2,000 meters above sea level, I was like, well, they can win there.
They did do well, didn't they? You have to give him credit. 10 men fighting a good fight. Then we beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
And next we get to beat the French. It's basically perfect for my version of history in Europe. Basically.
We've got to beat the Argentinians again.
Beat the Argentinians
like we did in 82, not like we did in 86. No.
Yeah.
The hand of God.
Yeah. It's all coming
the wire
back.
Wire of
finally.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that in the England France final would be fucking fantastic.
It would be great. We could Badil and Skinner can change the words of the song to over 1,000 years of hurt.
Just let it go, Mike. It was 1066. Let it go.
Oh, you think we're going to give them the Bayeux Tapestry back? No, we're not. No.
It's ours now.
The fucking British Museum now.
We have a law. You say it's ours. We can possibly give it back. There's a law.
The British Museum is a building designed to capture the possessions of the world and keep them for safety.
Yeah, the law of unintended consequences. I was reading up about that. You know, I was trying to find out how much all the stuff in the British Museum is worth, and Mike, you're talking like £20 trillion.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not kidding. There's only 0.1% of the stuff that they've got on show. I think less than that.
These people can't be trusted with their own heritage. It needs to be looked after by George Osborne and some old men in uniform.
Fucking sell. Well, get the good stuff. Get the stuff that people want back.
I don't think we could. You say it's got that value, but who would you sell it to? You got to sell it to Saudi Arabia or somebody.
Crypto bros. Some country that hasn't got any culture, like I don't know, the United Arab Emirates. And
morally, I think that's even more reprehensible. Basically,
wait, why?
We should just give it all back. We should just give it back.
A lot of it's ours. A lot of it's from Britain.
When we have the excuse that, well, that's fine. We keep all of that.
Sell the Sutton Hoo. Sell the Sutton Hoo stuff. But make a copy of it so no one would ever be able to tell the difference, and then just fucking sell it. Make trillions, and then build high-speed rail. Hey, you can say to the Greens, hey, listen, you can bury all your electricity wires now, even though it's a lot more dangerous to do it that way. You can do that because we've got the money now. Yeah. Selling all the stuff from the British Museum.
That's
what do you reckon?
I think we should sell the British Museum.
Owen Payne just says no.
It's just no. No, you can't do that.
Warren P says, why isn't the Great Pyramid in the British Museum? It won't fit. It's very true. Very true.
We couldn't move it all under darkness.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
We tried, but
the Bayeux Tapestry. Are you going to go and see it if you can?
I want to. Yeah, the tickets are pretty expensive. It's like, do you go and see Oasis or the Bayeux Tapestry? I mean, it's a big choice.
Tapestry. I've seen Oasis. Don't need to see him again.
I think the Bayeux Tapestry is exactly it. No, I'd love to go and see it, actually. I've seen it, though. I went to Bayeux to see it, and it was only €12 to go and see it there.
All right.
Whereas it's 35 quid at least to go and see it.
Yeah, but it'll cost you more than that on the train to get to Bayeux.
Have you been to London on the train?
What? Yes, it's very expensive.
It's not exactly cheap to get to London either, basically.
Exactly. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Mega expensive.
I could just go to Portsmouth and steal a boat.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything to this VA Argentina controversy? Do we need to beat them 3-1 by 2 clear goals in case one gets disallowed? Yes. Yes, quite simply, yes. Every time there's been a VAR decision, it's gone the way of Argentina.
My newfound intricate football knowledge of strategy says that we need to score the first goal because that always screws Argentina up.
Yeah, and the second goal and the third goal. There you go.
And then at the end, when we count back, we need to have at least one more than them.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. So what you need to do is score 3 goals and then just kick it about yourself. Let's have like one person running between 3 players and they're just kicking it to each other. Round and round in circles. That's what you want to do. Or triangles, I guess. Round and round in triangles. The next match has just started between Spain and France. So thank you very much for everyone who's continued sticking with us.
France England final would be great, but I'd actually rather be semi-final. Yeah.
It's France Spain.
2 more games, so it's the result of this game puts you in the final. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I'd rather play Spain.
I'd rather play Spain than play France. I'd much rather play France.
It's a win-win. Because I can my grandchild is Spanglish, I can just say, yay, we won.
Okay.
Whichever way it goes.
The BBC is saying, who will reach the World Cup final? Is it going to be France or Spain? What should I press? What should I put? What should I put? What should I put? Mike? What should I put? What should I put?
My heart says Spain, and my in-depth knowledge of football strategies and track records suggests France.
Too late. I pressed France. It's 72% said France. Oh, well, I feel sorry for Spain now. I wish I pressed Spain.
I like
I always prefer to
underdogs.
side with the underdog.
I mean, I was on the side of Norway for a while in that England game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, bless them. Come on, get a goal.
So Ukraine's 100 days of fucking fire is still raining down on top of um, Russia at the moment. Ukrainian drones struck 11 vessels in the Sea of Azov overnight, 5 tankers, 5 dry cargo ships, and 1 tugboat. Major Robert Brovdy said his unit had targeted 116 ships during the previous 9 days, aiming to disable rather than sink them. Industry sources say that grain vessels were amongst the ships destroyed by fires or damaged by fires. Ukraine maintains it only attacks military targets or vessels supporting Russia's war efforts. So commercial traffic has been restricted since the 10th of July, preventing ships from using the Kerch Strait, which is the strait between the Sea of Azov and the Black Sea, and the Azov-Don Canal, which is a major shipping route. If you want to get from the Caspian Sea to the Sea of Azov, you have to go through the Azov-Don Canal, and they've told ships to stop using that. So we keep talking about the Hormuz Strait being shut. Well, there's a bunch of other things shut as well for shipping. It's not a good day to be out on shipping container ships.
No.
Oil ships.
No.
Or LPG ships. Probably the worst one would be an LPG ship, because if they blow up, it's quite catastrophic, isn't it?
I went to see the wreck of the Mary Rose at the weekend, and it's incredibly. I don't know if you've been down there, but it's really beautifully preserved, and it's a really lovely museum around it. But it's mainly because there's like 4,000 or 5,000 personal items of the sailors, soldiers, doctors that were on the ship.
Wow.
And I hadn't realised that out of 500 people on board, 470 died.
Fucking really? Is that because they couldn't swim?
It literally just fell over in the Solent and took them
because they had too many bloody cannons on it, didn't it? Wasn't it?
Henry VIII watching from the side, basically. But the horror of that, and then you think the horror of being on a tanker that catches fire and you're in the lower decks in some way, sorting out the engines. It's like we talk about missiles popping off around these straits, etc., and drones doing attacks. There aren't humans burning to death in these situations, aren't there? It's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking grim. But apparently, what they've done in Russia is to stop boats, seaborne drones getting in to where the ships are in dock. They've scuppered some ships in the entrance to the dock facilities, and it means that the Russian ships are trapped until the war ends. They need to get the ships out the way. Obviously, they've been sunk, but they've boxed themselves in. And what the Ukrainians are doing now is they're throwing flying drones in to take out these ships, and the ships can't move. They can't go anywhere because they can't get out of the port because they block the entrance to the port.
Vlad, we have stopped all the water boys' drones. Okay, what about the air drones? Oh, fuck.
Didn't think of them. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know how much longer this war's got to go on. I know we've been saying this for a long time, but like, surely there's got to be a point where the Russian people are like, fuck this shit. Surely.
I don't know. I think Russia's a bit like America, isn't it? Like, contained media for the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
And it's just going to, at some point, like history tells you that at some point it becomes too much and the Russians revolt. First World War led to, fuck it, we're not fighting this war anymore. We're going to fight ourselves instead, basically. Yeah. And then the Afghan war is what really brought down the wall in the end. But it's a process of attrition, isn't it? And Putin knows that. That's why he pays the money he pays to the soldiers and the mercenaries, because it placates the families for a while until there's just such a mass of them. But then he controls Telegram and the internet and Facebook and everything else, So they're not seeing it to a great extent.
Well, meanwhile, we're not the only power that is getting a new prime minister this week. Also, Ukraine, they've had a parliamentary shuffle, or sorry, a government reshuffle. So Yulia Shvivrinenko, who was the old PM, she's been kicked out after just 1 year in office. No replacement has been announced as of yet, but they reckon that the NAFTOGAZ chief, which I assume is the national gas company of Ukraine, the chief of that is a guy called Serhiy Koretsky, is regarded as lawmakers' probable successor. And opposition MPs complained there was no clear purpose given for the reshuffle. Shvivrinenko had not been implicated in the corruption scandal that's affected other senior officials, and some people say that it might be because the government failed to respond forcefully enough to the corruption scandal going on in Ukraine at the moment. But yeah, that was
so we're gonna make an oil chief executive the prime minister. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, no
well, if
NAFTOGAZ
if NAFTOGAZ is the state gas company, sounds about right, doesn't it? NAFTOGAZ. It is Ukraine's largest state-owned oil and gas company. There you go.
Yeah. It's
state-owned.
I think it's always worth remembering, however much we laud the heroic actions of Ukrainians and the way Zelensky's played this game. Zelensky was elected to combat the terrible corruption within Ukraine.
Yes.
And I don't think he had enough time to do that.
No, before dickhead turns up with his tanks.
Invaded.
Yeah.
So, I've always had this niggling worry about Ukraine being one of the most powerful militaries in Europe and the most young men that know how to shoot people, basically. Like, if we don't handle that properly after the war, if there isn't after the war, basically, then I think we've got a problem on our hands.
Yeah, I agree. So meanwhile in Bangkok, there was a horrific fire. I think it was over the weekend at a pub in Bangkok. The death toll has reached 30, and that fire last year in Switzerland, and it went off so fast because of the acoustic foam on the ceiling.
Was it?
Same stuff.
Same foam?
Yeah, same. Apparently, it had passed the safety inspection in April, and but it was registered as a restaurant rather than an entertainment venue. Artificial plants, they went up like smoke. Obviously, other combustible decorations, but there was the acoustic foam because it's foam, and what happens when it gets hot is it melts and drips really hot little bits of lava down on the ground, and that just spreads the fire so much quicker.
And the footage I saw, it was bench seating, which is really like awkward to get out of.
Yeah,
at the best of times in a pub.
Yeah, and emergency
garden,
routes,
isn't it? So
emergency routes have been obstructed. There was an exit that was blocked with beer crates, apparently.
Yeah. The footage of the fire coming out the front door,
it's just horizontal.
Suggested there was like only one
like
place that the air was getting out of there.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And whenever you hear these fucking dickheads who go health and safety, health and safety, you're like, fuck off. This is why we have health and safety. This is why we make sure that any given venue in this country can be evacuated in 30 seconds. This is why.
I was listening to somebody going back on the sort of, but at least we're not following EU rules. And you go, kind of rules are, don't burn people when they're going out for a beer, basically. It's like, that kind of rule.
Yeah. Yeah. But meanwhile in Cuba, they're having real trouble now because, the embargo, the trade embargo that's been on Cuba for decades now, it's morphed into an oil embargo. They can't get any oil. They used to get their oil from their mates down in Venezuela. They can't get that anymore. They've had their third nationwide grid collapse in 9 days. The electrical grid, cutting electricity to an island of approximately 10 million people. And this is, babies are dying in incubators. There's, the old people are dying because they can't activate the AC and it's too hot. And it's traffic lights have failed, car crashes. Businesses and homes are relying on generators, and yeah, lots of food is spoiled. So yeah, it's really grim, and this is all done by Donald Trump. I saw an interview with Mary Trump, and she was totting up how many people that her uncle is killed. Is it her uncle? Is it Mary Trump? Is that
Yeah,
his niece?
yeah, yeah.
She was totting up how many people he's killed because she fucking hates him. And she was like, if you look at what he's done with US aid, what he's done with Venezuela, what he's done in Iran, what he's done here, what he's done there, it's just millions of people who are dead now who wouldn't be if
Yeah.
Trump hadn't won that last election. Yeah. Venezuela's new government that it's got since Chavez got carted off to.
Is it President Marco Rubio? I was reading.
Well, not Chavez. Sorry. Who's the new guy? Maduro.
Yeah. Maduro was the new guy.
Yeah, he got shunted
prison
off
in New York.
Yeah, since he got shunted off to New York. But the government response to the devastating earthquake a couple of weeks ago has just been fucking non-existent. And to go back to health and safety, a lot of those buildings in those areas were not built to code, like to survive an earthquake, and they just pancaked. Yeah.
I mean, it's horrible. It's thousands of people now, isn't it? Is it 10,000 people killed or affected?
We know at least 16,000 people have been reported injured.
Right.
And there's still people missing. The United Nations has requested $300 million to assist approximately 1.3 million affected people. But you have like a massive earthquake somewhere like Japan, and hardly anyone dies because it's all set up for earthquakes. Whereas you have one of these earthquakes in other countries like in Venezuela or Pakistan or somewhere, and fuckloads of people die. And it's because you can build buildings that won't fall down in an earthquake, but it's more expensive, isn't it?
Well, I was reading Mexico sent what they call the moles, which is a whole unit trained to climb through the rubble of buildings to find people.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's understandable in old buildings.
That's a pretty shitty job, isn't it? Pretty shitty job.
New buildings shouldn't fall down. They just shouldn't. Unless it's a massive fucking earthquake, 8.5 or something. Yeah, fair enough. But if it's one of these, they should all be standing because they know we're going to have earthquakes in that area.
Yeah.
It's like if we had an earthquake like that here, we'd be fucked because we're not used to earthquakes. But these areas are.
We can't cope. We can't cope with 3 days straight sunshine. So
Well, it's a bit more than that, Mike. It's a bit more. We've got 2 weeks now of no rain. It's going to be really bad for the crops.
It is. It's very noticeable being out and about for the last couple of days that we don't have tree-lined avenues to protect you from that kind of 2,700 people in the UK have died as a result of the heat wave.
Wow.
Let alone the people burning in Europe at the moment.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Several people were killed in a fire in a major renovation project in central Brussels. 6 workers remain missing, and officials reported seeing bodies inside one of the building's lift shafts. More than 200 people were working on the site when the fire began, and 3 of them were taken to hospital. It's just really fucking grim. And again, go back to health and safety. We need to take this stuff seriously. We've had wildfires, the wildfires that were raging outside Paris. We had a wildfire here in Durham over the weekend, Mike, in Shincliffe.
In Durham?
In Durham.
I'm looking at your temperature behind you and going, fucking hell.
I've got my hoodie on. Do you know what I mean?
Wildfires at 20 degrees in Durham, we're fucked, basically. We were saying at the weekend that when they report on the listen, we've all got to be careful about what we say about death, haven't we, at the moment, in the light of Miss Widdicombe. But when they report on the BBC about the fires in Spain, they were saying, I think it was like 19 people have died, 4 of whom are British, basically. Yeah. And you go, where'd the other ones come from? Right. And then they showed, and this is horrific, they showed pictures of the cars that had been burnt out, that 4 people died in.
Yeah.
And I was saying that, do you know what? That would really resonate with people in this country if there'd been a dog in the car.
Yeah.
Like 4 people die in their car on holiday. That's terribly sad. 4 people and their dog die. We'd be outraged and going to war with Spain at that point, I think.
Yeah. Spain are up 1-0 after a penalty.
Excellent.
Spain are in the lead, mate. It might be a Spain, England. You might get your wish if we beat Argentina tomorrow. Yeah. The latest, sorry for spoilers, anyone hoping to not get spoilers while we're doing this. But yeah, I mean, there's other stuff going on. I mean, we did stateside last night, so we talked a little bit about Lindsey Graham dying and the fact that all his NDAs have now died with him. So there's a load of stories coming out. Yeah. You know, Reddit's going to be an interesting place for the next few weeks, I think. And there was this weird picture of Mitch McConnell, this proof of life picture with him with a newspaper. Everyone's poring over it on the internet saying it was photoshopped, it's AI or whatever. But
it's got 3.5 fingers, and his wife doesn't look like she loves him, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, his face looks so puffy and weird, and you know, he's obviously not well.
It totally looks doctored compared to shots of him before he was ill. Because he was looking dead on his feet, and he was in a wheelchair.
You got filters on your camera that make you look like less old than you are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. No, that's exactly what it looks like. It's just been AI edited on a Google phone or something.
Yeah. It's really low res. The actual picture that they gave out is really, really low res. Yeah. It's not great, but I mean, conspiracy theorists love that kind of shit. They're all like, "Hey, I've spotted an inconsistency." There's a lot of AI versions of it going around. So this was the original picture. It's not.
I know that he's a reprehensible human being, basically, but I don't think we do have enough respect for the ill and the dead. Look, there shouldn't be octogenarians in government in the States. It's what do they call it? A gerontocracy.
Gerontocracy.
And the fact that they're all dropping like 9 pins at the moment. Lindsey Graham, I thought it was a typo on Mitch McConnell when I first read it. I'm like, no, hang on, it's Mitch McConnell supposed to be dying. Lindsey Graham seemed okay the other day. But obviously they're all, in their 70s and 80s. It's disrespectful of McConnell and his team not to just say, I am so ill, I should just take some time out and resign, of course. But they've got this Save American Votes for Donald Trump Act to get through the House, and that's the reason that they're propping him up like a Russian president.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
and Donald Trump's eulogy to Lindsey Graham was essentially he wasn't very good at golf. Yeah. And the last words he said to me was, make sure the Save America Act goes through the Senate. You go, no, they weren't. It was basically, kiss me, Donald. That's what he said. We all know that.
He's a fucking scumbag. I mean, someone who was not a man of principle in any way, shape, or form. A man,
the war with Iran.
Convictions. If you don't like them, I've got others.
Yeah, but the one conviction he always had was that he wanted a war with Iran.
Yes.
So he got his wish and then died.
He got his wish, and he got to watch America lose the war against Iran, and then he fucking died.
Yeah, perfect.
So perfect. But yeah, he's a fucking nightmare. But this is mind blowing. He's been taken over by his sister. I was talking to Scott about this last night, and you know what he's like about American stuff. He's like, yeah, that's normal. That's what they do. It's just what they do, Graham. Yeah. It's just what they do. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wives, brothers, sisters.
Yeah. No, it's not a monarchy. You don't just, imagine that. Imagine if a politician died and they went, all right, we're going to get your wife in for your seat.
But isn't it, I'm not entirely clear on this, but isn't it one of the senators is appointed and one is elected?
No.
I thought that's how it worked. I thought in some states the governors appoint senators.
No, because he was
South Carolina, isn't it?
Yeah, it's South Carolina, but he was up for re-election in November. They've got to be elected. They can't just be appointed.
Yeah,
I think maybe he's got a rule where the governor gets to choose, from the pool of 3 people for the primaries or something like that. I don't know, but no, he's got to be elected. But she's going to see out the rest.
Imagine
of
if Jeremy Corbyn was prime minister and he died, and then they had to give it to his stupid brother.
Stupider, brother. But yeah.
Stupider.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? What the fuck? Then Trump dies and they have to give it to Mary Trump.
Oh, God, or Don. That would be great.
That'd be great.
Don Jr. is more likely. Yeah.
She's like scorched earth. She's like, as soon as this is over, Trump needs to go to jail. All his family needs to go to jail. They need to take all the money that they've made and give it back to the people. The longer Mitch McConnell stays in hospital, the more Trump laws he can't vote for, says Simon Smith. That's very true. Davine says, if it wasn't for double standards, Republicans would have no standards at all. Very good point, my friend. Very good. We've only got 2.5 minutes left. So if you want to drop one more super chat in the super chat fund, I will release the special confetti for you. If you were watching this morning,
one more super chat.
One more, just one super, just one. Don't make me get me bag and bowl out. But yeah. So yeah, what else has happened? The pilot flying around Birkenhead, the Wirral Peninsula, wrote, "I'm bored in the sky."
Really?
Yeah, he wrote, "I'm bored in the sky." You know that you can trace where the plane's been. He wrote, "I'm bored."
Yeah.
There you go.
Excellent.
Boredom is very, very dangerous. I've got to say, it's very dangerous. Went to see a really good movie last week. Went to see the Invite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good? Worth watching?
Yes, very good. But not a date movie. I would not recommend it as a date movie.
Okay.
That's all I can say. It's good though. In certain states, if a senator passes, the governor appoints the senator for the rest of the term, says Davine.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fucking ridiculous. You know, if an MP dies here, we have a fucking by-election.
In Mitch McConnell's state, I think the governor is a Democrat. And he came out yesterday and said, if we don't get... In fact, this is where the photo came from at the weekend. Because the governor said, if I don't get proof of life in the next 24 hours, then I will appoint a new senator, basically. And that's why that picture of Mitch McConnell with a newspaper in his hand, that's the proof of life picture, basically.
Because he didn't want the governor putting someone else in there.
Yeah, because one of the feisty Democrat governors was saying, okay, if you guys can break the rules, I'll break the rules.
Andy Bashir assumed office in 2019, serving his second term. Wow. Although Kentucky is a heavily Republican state, it has a divided government. So he needs to keep on because of that stupid rule, because they always thought that they were going to be in charge. They never thought they'd have a Democrat as a governor there.
And then Lindsey Graham dying has really screwed up their vote. I mean, they're now down to one vote, aren't they? They literally only have on the Senate committee that looks that appoints the head of the DOJ, Lindsey Graham, and what's his face, nearly dead man. They're both on that. So that's two votes that are not taking place to approve the head of the DOJ.
Well, the good news is Richard's just dropped a £2 super chat in, and so has Saz. Richard says, can't have a confetti-free Diz. And Saz has dropped £2 in as well. So thank you very much. And that allows me to release are you watching this on YouTube? Can you see it on YouTube?
I'm not, so I need to.
Okay, tell me when you've got it up. I mean, the YouTube.
Don't delay it. Do it, because you've got to go to the next channel.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey! Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Very good.
Best confetti ever. So yeah, apparently Binface isn't funny anymore since the death of the murder of Anne Widdecombe. And I'm like, it's got nothing to do with it. What the fuck are you on about? It's literally got nothing to do with it. That's it. No more humour anymore. It's like the poem from Four Weddings and a Funeral. It's like there's no laughter anymore. No nice times. That's it. Queen Widdecombe is dead.
It's they're desperate, aren't they? Like we can't talk about it. I've promised myself not to fall into the right wing trap of.
Yeah, I mean that I felt a bit bad because I put a thing on Facebook saying Anne Widdecombe instead of Anne Widdecombe, right? Because she died. Yeah. And I didn't think anything more of it. And then later that day, I was like, "Oh my god, she was murdered!" So I deleted that. I just deleted it. Fuck it. Never happened.
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, I was like, bloody hell, she got murdered. That's crazy.
But it's been really interesting seeing the right wing demand compassion from the left all of a sudden, when that's exactly the kind of thing they complain about us doing.
Yeah, that's just what do they call it? Virtue signaling. Did you see Nigel Farage virtue signaling when he waited for the cameras to start rolling before he put his reef down?
Yeah, I did a cartoon of him today with his reef. I think it's we have to ask ourselves about the grassy troll.
Yeah,
he's disgusting, isn't he? He's just disgusting.
Yeah.
All I'll say about it is it plays into their agenda to have a prominent member of Refuck attacked.
Yes.
And we can say we were very lucky that this happened to prove Nigel's point that he needs 5 million quid. But I would ask the question why Nigel didn't spread the love and offer 10 grand to help and protect her house.
Yes.
If they care so much.
Twat. What Trump said after Robert Mueller died, and I'll quote, "Good, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people."
Yeah. I was tempted to write that about Anne and then have people complain about it and go, well, sorry, but just quoting your great president's words.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, right, Michael, thank you very much for coming on to Geoscope tonight to talk about a few stories from around the world. We didn't cover
everything.
Thank you. There's a lot going on all the freaking time. There's a wonderful, wonderful quote from the late, now unfortunately, great Sam Neill. Did you see this? The quote that he had. This was a TikTok.
I did. You shared it. Yeah, go on.
Last year.
Yeah, read it. It's beautiful.
And this is the end of it. I mean, he talked a bit longer than this, but the essential bit is, I'd like a morning when I wake up and there's really nothing on the news, when everything just returns to dull and people are just getting on with each other. Please, yes.
I've got to admit, your channel would be a bit boring at that point. But
I'll talk about other stuff. I'll talk about travel. I'll talk about movies. I'll talk about something else. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? We'd have Graham's fucking horrible history lessons. We learn about all the horrible things the British Empire did in the past. But I wouldn't.
It would be a good day not to open your phone and go, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, okay, friends, if you keep watching, you will be magically transported to the realm of Robespierre over on his channel. So just keep watching past the credits and say hello from me and Mike. Say Graham and Mike, say hi. And before you leave here, please give us a like. If you're not subscribed, bloody well subscribe. Go on, if you're listening on catch up, subscribe and try and catch a live one. Hit the bell notification icon so you know when we're going live. Definitely going to be on 9 o'clock tomorrow. We have got Morning Brew. And then at 12 o'clock, it is Keir Starmer's last ever Prime Minister's Questions. So please join me for that. And then in the evening, I'm probably going to be watching the footy. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, until then, thank you very much for watching. And thanks for the super chats. And until next time, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye.